Hi, everyone. It's great to see you. It is Saturday morning, and I am so excited because I have a special guest to share with you. I would like to introduce you to one of my favorite plant people, Jim's Holiest of Coleus. Well, he's Jim. He runs Jim's Holiest of Coleus. Hi there, Jim.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? Hope everyone's summer's going well. Yours is, of course, you as well, Natasha. Thanks for
Thank
having me
you.
here.
Yeah, this is great. So,
Yeah.
I started following Jim 2 or 3 years ago because I wanted to learn to grow coleus. And if you want to learn to grow coleus, Jim's channel is the place to watch. So,
Thank you.
Jim, in
Yep.
case my viewers haven't seen you before, you want to
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got
Sure.
started in
Yep.
coleus?
Yep. I started. I just retired. I worked with the state police, New Jersey Turnpike Authority. Over the course of 40 years, I just retired. A few years ago, I I try to find something to relax me, something a little out of the box, and everybody has their interests. And one day, about I want to say it's probably 15 years ago, maybe 12, I was walking one of my Yorkies through a park in Spring Lake, and every year they plant different types of plants, and I came across these velvet red beautiful plants. They were like crimson gold, that
Mm.
variety. And wow, they caught my attention. They looked like a velvet sofa you just wanted to kind of crawl into. And I was like, wow, these are so neat. They just caught my eye. So this is sort of like in the before where we didn't have the instant cell phones and everything. So I did some research and I found out actually I called the town to ask them what kind of plant it was, and it was coleus. I did my research and I found out, hey, you can cut them and root them and make another plant. So I proceeded to do that with those, and here I am. Here I am.
Wow,
Yeah,
that is amazing.
yeah.
And you are definitely a Coleus expert. So,
Uh, I try
I
to
have
learn every day. I
taken,
learn from people, my subscribers, people like
Mhm.
yourself, teach me a lot as well. So
Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed to Jim, we're going to link all of Jim's information down below. I tell you, it is amazing how much there is to know about Coleus. And I
it is.
order my seeds from Jim too, which have been wonderful. And Jim, I'm hoping you can show us some
Yep.
of your Coleus this morning.
I put some of my larger planters out. So this is my deck. Now I mentioned um, on some of the videos I've produced over the years. I consider this is my Rosa Sharon, and
Mm.
this I consider the infirmary, sort of like the hospital section of my yard for coleus that I feel maybe aren't doing too well for a number
Mm.
of reasons. And that's one thing I tell people when you're starting out and whether you buy your coleus or you grow them from seed, it's the experience over the years that you learn. You watch some videos from myself and
Mhm.
Natasha, and you learn. I make mistakes, you learn, but don't get discouraged by it. But anyway, I put this is such a perfect spot for coleus. As you can see,
Mm.
this one
Wow,
does fabulously.
that's
And
gorgeous.
yeah, the sun, it gets dappled, you get sun and shade, and it
Mhm.
just does really, really well here. So I have a
Beautiful.
number of these.
They
Uh,
look amazing.
yeah,
Wow.
this is the it was a Darth Vader. I started this from a single seed in my arrow garden, but it's
Wow.
kind of changed over as it's progressed. It's a nice,
Mhm.
full, healthy coleus. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I put them here, and really what I wanted to touch on, what I meant by infirmary here, certain coleus will uh, um there are coleus that are full sun,
Mhm.
and some coleus that can handle full sun, they may change the characteristics because of the
Mm.
intensity of the sun may change the characteristics of the color or the patterning.
Mm.
And I'm going to show you real quick what I mean by that. Over here I have, this is that witch's brew.
Oh,
This gets now it's overcast today, so there's not a lot of sun. But I sold the other one. I had another larger one, but this generally has a lot of. It has the dark purple, the green, but it has that pink in the center. I
so
found that.
beautiful.
Yeah, this is a real eye catcher, and I found that too much sun will almost reduce, eliminate the pink in the center.
Mm,
So
wow.
what I do is during real heavy sunny days, I'll move this over to the infirmary to give it more
Mm,
shade. And it's starting to
okay.
work because you see there, I'm
Yeah.
getting a lot of that pink. And the same with the um, fishnets. These
Yes.
stay here. These get a lot of sun, but you can see the fishnets, they start to lose,
Mm,
they'll start to lose that veining
mm-hmm.
and get black from too much sun. So,
Yeah. And they
but
don't
that's,
put that on the tags of plants. That's just because you notice so well what's going
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just something that you learn over the years. And this is an Alabama sunset.
That's
It's a beautiful,
beautiful.
yeah.
Wow.
So,
Now, Jim, I'm looking at mine,
mhm,
and a lot of my coleus, some of their leaves aren't looking great. Like your
mhm.
coleus look fabulous. What do you do?
Um, well, again, that's the weather has a lot to do with it. Too much rain, too much moisture. They don't like this is a Lord Voldemort. They don't like a lot of moisture.
Mm,
But make sure all your pots are drained well, or if they're in the ground, depending on how where your soil is. But uh, trimming and
mm,
fertilizing
mm-hmm.
is really the best thing. I mean, some of them you can really almost let go, or you try to keep up with them. This is a massive. There's a crimson gold and some Kongs mixed in.
Oh, I
And,
love that.
yeah, this is a monster, and
Wow.
yeah, and just trimming at this point
Mm-hmm.
now. These are pretty mature, healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And when we have full sun, this will really droop. So I'll give it a good
Okay.
drink and it'll come right back within a few minutes. It's a good sized pot.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, but in summary, I can't stress more is potting mixture. Don't skimp
Mm,
on potting mixture. I
okay.
use the Miracle Grow, the
Yeah.
moisture. Don't get the cheap stuff. If you get the cheap dollar store stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's just even in the big planters, it may have bacteria in it. It's not good
Uh,
qualities, and you're really not gonna get good coleus. So
good
I'm here to
results.
send you
Yeah.
my smaller pots, but um, this is really what I use. Every
Okay.
2 weeks.
Miracle Grow.
This shake and feed. These are the products. These are things that I use to keep
Mm-hmm.
them going. So
Wow.
trimming, and don't overwater,
Mm-hmm.
and fertilizer, and that's how you do it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and that's amazing. Now you end up selling a lot of yours to
Yep.
people, and I've seen the adorable little pots you put them
Mhm.
in, and
Yeah.
you really
Yeah.
have a system going.
That's exactly what it is. It's and you and I again I ordered these are the last
Mhm.
I believe I made about 20. And these are
Wow.
the last. These didn't do that great. So I just trimmed them and we'll see how they come back.
Mm-hmm.
But these were so delicate. I had these in my indoor greenhouse with
Okay.
the LED, and they did really well. But a couple of
Mhm.
them, and you're gonna expect that. The more, especially if you grow a lot of coleus or like any plants really, if you grow a lot of them, you just by nature of the numbers, you're gonna find some do better than others, some die,
Mhm.
and that's
Mhm.
really how like the strong. These are all the strong.
Oh,
This is all
yeah.
the Rambler. The strong survive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Do you find that some varieties tend to
mhm,
be easier to grow than others?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like these are Kongs. These are in a Kong family. You got Kong Empires, Kong Reds. The Reds have like the black with the red at the
Ooh.
center.
Yeah.
Um, these are great container plants because they have the leaves are just like that other monster I just showed you on the other side with
Mhm.
the crimson. Um,
Mm.
there's another. This is a really this is a nice. This has about four different varieties.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I
So
love the different
um,
size of the leaves too. Some are really small, some are
yep.
really big.
Yeah, like this here. Oh, I had, I don't have the names to all of them. I meant to actually remember which color is this is. It's a just like a red, but this really did well.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
this is sort of like a colossal. This is like a jitters, colossal marble jitters, which I have a lot of seeds for these.
Oh, I
Um,
love those. They're one of my favorite seeds that I
yeah,
get from because their leaves are kind of long and
yep,
small and skinny. They're really different than other types.
yeah, and they get that. There's some of that pink in there. Uh,
Hmm.
and that's another thing, an important point is maintenance. You don't have to slave over. I mean, I have a lot of pots here, so I do a little every day. And you just,
Hmm.
you walk around, you look at the plant, you see, oh, look, this is ripped. So um, keep a scissors nearby and snip. You see a leaf that's kind of worn or tattered, snip it off with it because trimming is another reason why is another the way to get your coleus really large like this. Like this is kind of overtaking here, so this needs a little bit of a trim.
Wow.
Yeah. So like
Just
anything.
beautiful.
Thank you. And some again this summer the heat did in a lot of my smaller hanging baskets. Some of them like
Yeah.
this one here. This is not sellable. I just have it here. Letting it go through the summer.
Hmm.
Um, So it's been an interesting. Every year there's always some kind of challenge each year, but
It's so
you know the
true, isn't it? For gardeners, like there's always something. It's never
mhm,
perfect.
true.
Jim, would
Yep.
you share your frogs with us?
Oh
Because
yeah,
one thing I love on your YouTube channel, Jim, not only does he love Coleus, but
yes.
he
Well,
likes frogs.
these guys they hang around with me at night. Here's my froggy planter. He's got a secret he never tells. And these are my lookouts, my security
Oh,
team.
love it. Yep.
Yep. And of course, my froggy here. And I have
Oh,
another one over here. Yesterday, I had a great visitor. I was on my deck
mhm.
and a hummingbird. I just cleaned my hummingbird feeders
Yep.
because, with the sugar water, you have to change it every week or every few
Yeah.
days. So I changed it off. It was in there. I didn't get a chance to refill it. And I was over here on my deck, and a hummingbird came, started feeding on these, these
Oh,
are the seed stalks, and he was, they're so graceful and light. And he fed, and then he got up and he turned and he kind of looked at me real quick because they're very curious, and then he flew off.
mm. He was
So
probably saying, I'm glad you're
yeah,
putting out more food, Jim.
oh absolutely. And then I have my froggy here who's hitching a ride on the balloon.
Well, I love that
They
all your frogs look very happy to be in such a
are.
wonderful garden. So
They're great. They're
this is
great guys.
very good.
I love frogs.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for joining me
Oh, you're
today.
welcome.
And
Yep.
everyone watching, make sure you subscribe to Jim's channel
Yep.
too, because
Thank you
you
very
will
much.
become so fascinated with Coleus like I
Yeah.
have. And thank you all for joining us, and
Yep.
we'll see you in the next video.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for watching.